Hey y'all, welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, and today a brand new pack has just been released, and that's Generation Next. And now I did take a quick little look at the teaser of this this new pack, and it looks quite interesting, I gotta say. And as per usual, I'm gonna unbox at least 1,000 gems worth, and then we're gonna discuss the cards and everything within it. And as you guys can see, I have 9,999 gems. I have yet to unbox anything, and then as you guys can see, right here, my gift box, this is crazy, is basically all gems. It's all basically gems, because I reached the maximum and I have yet to find anything I want to spend them on. So, well, we can jump into this now and we can open a whole bunch of packs. Alright, and there we go. So, wow, my luck was not that great there. 2 ultra rares and like 2 super rares, I think, out of like 30 packs. So that's pretty crazy. I thought together now we can kind of just look at some specific cards that I think are going to be really good and talk about some overall genres that might be a little bit more powerful now. I'm not too sure though. So with this, so many things are happening in this pack once again, but some of the things that stick out to me is we have new level support, obviously in this Horus of the Black Flame set. A very powerful set of cards, especially Horus the Black Flame level 8, because during either player's turn when a spell card is activated, you can negate the activation if you destroy it. So that's a really powerful card, plus 3000 attack is always a very powerful boss monster, especially in Duel Links. We also get a lot of fusion support. That's what you kind of see with King of the Swamp, a search for your polymerization, and you can substitute it for the use of a fusion material. As well as we have the powerful 2 new fusion monsters that have been added to the game. We have basically FGD, or Five-Headed Dragon, as it's now commonly known. And the main part of it is it cannot be destroyed by battle with a dark, earth, water, fire, or wind monster, but I highly doubt you'd be taking this thing out by battle, let's be honest here. It does have 5000 attack and defense, so you take it out with a spell card effect probably. And then the big boss monster of this pack set, we have Arcana Knight Joker, a personal favorite card of mine, 3000 attack, very, very powerful. And its ability is once returned during either player's turn when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, targets this face-up card on the field, you can discard the same type of card, monster, spell, or trap, and negate the effect. So it can negate everything, but that's basically just an all-good providence on your monster. Nothing too great there, but still quite powerful in some situations. A powerful attack and pretty easy summoning condition, I think. And then another theme that comes across is the flip to face down, kind of like flip monster support, I guess you could say. We have a card that supports that in the Book of Tao. So flip one face down monster on the field into face up attack position, and a whole bunch of stuff just like that with flipping and changing battle positions, and it's all really weird. And then the big trap card of this set is a trap hole card, Floodgate Trap Hole. So when your opponent summons a monster, change that monster to face down defense position. Monsters change to face down defense position with this card effect cannot change their battle positions. So they are stuck like that. Good card, I like it. So those are our ultra rares. So we see some fusion support, some level support, and some change position support, I guess. What immediately sticks out to me is the new BES support. So there's a little bit more stuff for that. I don't really know how competitive that stuff is, but hey, there it is. We also get the Nobleman Eater Bug. So this actually destroys 2 monsters on the field. Of course, it is a tribute summon monster, but it's still very powerful and can destroy a lot of stuff on the field. Now it says destroy 2 monsters on the field, so it does not say destroy up to 2. If there's 2 monsters on the field, you have to hit both of them, so it might hit one of your cards. Some powerful other cards, some zombie support that I noticed, and then just a really powerful field spell that Fluffles always used to use. Fluffles is a non-Duel Links Yu-Gi-Oh archetype. So fusion recycling plants allows you to recycle your polymerization and fusion materials. That's really cool. Now there's also some ninja support in here. Nothing too powerful, but some support for sure. So first off that, we have Armor Ninjutsu Art of Alchemy. So if you control a face-up ninjutsu art card, destroy all face-up ninjutsu cards you control, then draw 2 cards. Pretty nice. I don't know how effective it is in a ninja deck. I'm not really that familiar with ninja decks, but hey, here this is. Also, just like every other pack that's kind of been released soon, we've had a field spell that just increases specific attributes, attack by 500 and decrease the defense by 400, and this time it's Gaia Power, so Earth. So here's a really cool card, and one they actually talked about in the box release. So this is Typhoon. So Typhoon targets one face-up spell and trap card on the field and destroys it. Now, if your opponent controls 2 or more spell and trap cards, and you control no spell and trap cards, you can activate this card from your hand. So that's a cheeky little play. It's actually really powerful, and I like it a lot. Alright, moving on to this weird little section. Like I was saying, that there's battle position changes and flip changes and everything. Reptiles got a ton of support, and I don't even know if there was like reptiles really that prominent in the game before. So they got a trap card, they have a whole bunch of monsters, and same with the Aqua, a whole bunch of monsters. So what else was added was the VW Tiger Catapult engine here with the winged catapult right here. Another Union monster. Nothing too powerful there. This is from the GX era, so they're not too great of cards, but they do form to make the VW Tiger Catapult. And this card can only be special from your extra by removing from play the above cards you control. You do not use polymerization. Users can discard 1 card to change the battle position of 1 monster your opponent controls. So another little effect there. I know, I'm not really sure where they're going with this whole set, but I'm sure a lot of interesting decks come into the meta with it. So here's a really interesting card, and it's only a rare. So Ninja Art Notebook. So this card actually allows you to send a ninja monster from your hand to the graveyard, and then you can set one ninjutsu art. So that's a good way of maybe getting that transformation out, but I'm not too sure because I don't really know how the ninja deck works, but this could be a really easy way of getting those 3 trap cards, the ninja art transformations, out of the field a little bit easier. Also, I saw Blustering Winds, which just gives a monster 1000 attack and defense until your next end phase, which is pretty powerful because that will last your turn and your opponent's turn as well. So cool stuff there. And it doesn't really have a cost to it, just says target and it gains the attack. So interesting little card there. I think it could see some play. And then the 2 final rares I want to talk about are Burst Rebirth, which is when you pay 2000 life points and target one monster in your graveyard, special summon that target in face down defense position. Another one of those cards from this set that follows that theme, but 2000 is a pretty big hit to take, but hey, do you need to do it? You could do it. And then there's also Different Dimension Ground, which is a great way of stopping a lot of plays that were kind of going on in the meta. So basically this turn, any monsters into the graveyard is removed from play instead. So you can activate this during your opponent's turn and make their plays kind of get disrupted because they're not adding to the graveyard. But in Duel Links, there's not a lot of resource being used in the graveyard, so I don't really see this being super competitive, which is definitely why it's a rare. But in the future, as decks become more resource heavy, especially utilizing the graveyard, this might be a really good card to have. I know for sure this would cripple a Magnet Warrior deck for sure. And then I lied, there's actually one other card I want to talk about in the rare section, and that's Half Counter. So this is basically a really cheap mirror wall. Because what it does is during damage calculation, if a monster you control is being attacked, target that monster you control, that target gains attack equal to half the original attack of the attacking monster until the end phase. So that it lasts on the field, you gain the attack, you should be strong enough to survive that hit, and your opponent will take some damage and their monster will be destroyed. So I think this is a pretty cool trap card, and that probably will see some play there. And then I just wanted to mention Hysteric Fairy is an 1800 attack fairy monster, level 4, but you can also offer 2 monsters inside the field as tribute to increase your life points by 1000. I'm sure there's some cheeky plays you can do with that with some tokens, and 1800 is pretty good for a fairy, so this might work in some of those fairy smile decks. And then to end off, I just wanted to mention we finally have a Mirror Force in this game, except it's Radiant Mirror Force. So your opponent must have a full field of monsters to even trigger this card and help you in attack position. But if they do, you destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. So that's cool. I like it. I don't really think I would play it, but it is a Mirror Force. So let's conclude this. What do I think about this set? I think there's so much potential to make some awesome new decks here. It's just all over the place though, and I'm not quite sure what to think of it all. I think it'll have a lot of play, a lot of toolboxing. It has some support for some ninjas and some other archetypes that I haven't seen very much, and the main thing is I think would be fusion. This would probably help the fusion decks out a little bit more and maybe bring them into the meta, especially with that King of the Swamp. That's a very awesome search for polymerization, and Fusion Recycling Plant is a very powerful spell card. Do I think you should buy this? If you're looking to just maybe get a few support cards for your existing deck, I think that, yeah, drop some gems on this. Looks like it's has some pretty good support. Definitely don't drop too many though, unless you're planning on building one of the decks that this new set supports. There's my thoughts on it. Hope you enjoyed watching, and hope to catch you in the next one. As always, peace.